This video contains subject matter that may be offensive and disturbing to some people. If you are the type to require a warning throughout a video or show, let this message serve as your warning. This channel discusses the harsh reality of true crime. If this warning is not sufficient for you, consider a different genre and unsubscribe from my channel immediately. Hello, this is Gray Hughes of Gray Hughes Investigates on YouTube. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons. I would really appreciate it. Today's video is regarding newly released surveillance videos from the early morning hours of November 13, 2022, the night that 4 young college students were brutally murdered. The lives of Kaylee Goncalves, Madison Mogen, Ethan Chapin, and Xana Kernodle were all taken by a vicious psycho. An individual named Bryan Kohberger has been arrested, and I believe that Kohberger is the aforementioned psycho. Some people question the validity of these new videos, but I believe them to be authentic. At the beginning of this video, you can hear a car horn and its specific cadence in the body camera video at 2:54:24. Then, you can also hear in the surveillance footage at 2:54:24 the same faint horn sounds. I think this serves to validate the surveillance videos. The videos are also taken in the correct location where the white Elantra would have turned around. I will also show in the video what I think is happening in the surveillance footage and how it relates to the probable cause document. So let's get started on that right now.
Hey, is that beer? Is that beer in your hand? Is that beer?
So you can definitely hear that the cadence was correct. So I will be putting probable cause statements over the video as it plays. You can see right now it says the vehicle was seen on Indian Hills Drive at 3:26 a.m., the white Elantra, and it was also observed around the same time that it was missing its front license plate. And you can see the white Elantra heading up north here. It's about to take a left. In just a moment here, it passes an A&W restaurant, and I remember there was reporting during the very early days that an A&W picked it up, and it's right here at the Steiner Avenue and Idaho State Highway 95 intersection, and that's at 3:28. Looking at Google Maps, it takes 2 minutes approximately from there, but we don't know if it was right at 3:28 or was it in the 3:28 minute, right? Like it could have been 3:28 and 35 seconds, but it takes 2 minutes to drive from there, which would make it 3:30 on the dot. But you know, if it was 3:28 and 45 seconds, it would be 3:30 and 45 seconds ish. You know, we don't really know how fast somebody's going to be driving. He might have been driving a little bit slower to avoid being pulled over, like he seems to have been pulled over so many times. And if you look right back here, it's 3:30 and about 50 seconds is when it got back there, past number 1. I believe this is the white Elantra right here. And as you can see, he turns right and goes around. There's actually a way to loop around, and this is what it looks like. You can go through and make it back out, and this is on the map. You can see where the car would go. And I think he probably, each time he looped around, he either pulled into the parking spot where those other 2 cars are down there, or he just waited right there and he was surveilling the house, maybe sitting there for 2 or 3 minutes each time. Then he drives away. And that was loop number 1. He's now in the process of starting loop number 2. And I'm basing this on the probable cause document where it does mention that he took 3 loops, and then there was a 4th loop, and all of those loops are captured on the surveillance footage. I believe this surveillance footage is real, like I stated, but I can't prove that it's authentic because I don't have the video or where it came from. But I think that audio that we played a minute ago definitely proves to a significant degree that it's real. You think somebody would have put the horn in the background of a surveillance footage that's faint just to sort of make it match the body camera? I doubt it. I mean, that would be ridiculous. And there's actually 4 hours worth. Why would somebody waste the time coming up with the other hours that aren't really that significant? I think these are all actual surveillance videos that were released, whether with somebody's permission or not. So this is likely the loop. It's Willanta Drive all the way around, and then it makes its way back over to King Road. And I've included a clock at the top of the screen, which gives you what time it would be approximately when this is happening. So here comes the White Elantris about to get to King Road. This is pass number 2. And then takes a left on Queen Road. And then in just a moment, it's going to be in front of 500 King Road. And this is where it does another loop at 339.07. Pass number 2. 339.10 is what I have written there, but I was looking at the time on the video right there. And then it does the same thing. Goes right through here again, and at the end of the street right there, you can park your car and look and surveil 1122 King Road. That's the building directly in front of the vehicle as it's parked right there. Now this time I have it sitting there for 8 or 9 minutes or so because there's a bigger gap now. It was basically 9 minutes, and now this one on loop number 3 is around 16 minutes or so, maybe 17. And here it goes around. The same thing, Willanta Drive. It even says that in the probable cause that on each loop it took Willanta Drive. I think it's astounding out there how so many people want to find something else and are looking for any angle to have some sort of content in this case by accusing all of these other, even though there's an arrest made, the probable cause document is absolutely incredible, and people are looking for ways out and trying to pin it on these absolutely innocent people that are out there walking around. It's incredible. I don't know why that stuff sells, but it sure does. People love watching the conspiracy theories. Doesn't make sense to me. So here we go. He's about to complete the 3rd pass here. So after this turn here, he'll head down to King Road. And the 3rd pass is exactly the same as the first 2. And it's amazing how easily and simply this lines up with the probable cause document. They must have other video. It seems like it, you know, And here it comes back behind the King Road, or it's actually the Queen Road, 500 Queen Road, and it's pulling around right there. And now look at the time. It's pass number 3 is at 3:57:01. And you can see the vehicle stops there again. This time I think it's just for that shorter amount of time at 4 o'clock. And then interestingly, right around the same time is when the DoorDash driver got there. Okay, the DoorDash order at the residence at approximately 4 a.m. They've identified the DoorDash driver. Dylan Mortensen stated she woke up at approximately 4 a.m. So this is loop number 4, and loop number 4 is different than the other ones. It makes me wonder if the DoorDash driver might have still been in the area. Now the probable cause says he returns to the area at 4:04, not necessarily when his car was turning around. So I think there's cameras right around here where it shows him coming into the area at 4:04, and then he's going to turn on King Road. This one, again, there it says it right there, entering the area a 4th time at approximately 4:04 a.m. So as it turns, it comes down, gets on Queen Road. It can be seen driving eastbound on King Road, stopping and turning around in front of 500 Queen Road number 52. Now watch. You see this happening. It literally matches the probable cause document perfectly. It comes in here. It doesn't continue around like it normally does. It pulls forward. You can see the white launcher right there. It stops and sits there for 10 seconds. And I have the real time here that's not sped up or anything. And he backs up and exits the area. And it says it can be seen driving eastbound on King Road, stopping and turning around, just like we just saw. And then it heads west. And right in this area, suspect vehicle 1 is in front of King Road residence. It appears it tries to turn around, stop, or park, but it isn't able to. Then it goes forward, and it goes to the intersection of Queen and King Road and does a 3-point turn. And then it heads back eastbound again. Now watch how amazing this is. Perfectly timed up with about how long it would take. I'm speeding up the time here a little bit because I don't know how slow the car was actually driving. It looks like it's actually moving pretty quickly. So as you can see, when it comes back here, I still have the time synced up on the bigger clock. And it's probably around, I would say, 4:08, close. I mean, it's close to 4:08, but 4:07:50 it sits there. Now, when you're watching this, you can pause it and read some of those. I'm just quickly having the clock tick through those minutes. then the killer leaves. And then gets back in his car, and around 4:20 in the morning, takes off at a high rate of speed. And then it heads north on King Road and then back onto Willanta Drive again, except this time it doesn't continue the loop. It heads south and out of the area. So I speed this up quite a bit, and the clock. And normally, at this next intersection, it would have continued on forward, but it takes a right and heads south. And law enforcement knows which way it went because of various cameras that are out there. And it heads this direction, and if you look at the map, some of these other places are sort of dead ends. They don't go anywhere. So the vehicle comes down and heads out south, and I believe it comes out around 4:25-ish. And it comes out at Palouse River Drive and Conestoga Drive out here. And then it heads east and then south on Highway 95, making that sort of unexpected long journey home, where he then turns his phone on south just west of Blaine, Idaho. So only about 6 miles. So after he takes this right onto Highway 95, 6 miles down, he turns his phone on and it pings by Blaine, Idaho. So why would Bryan Kohberger's phone ping just 6 miles south of Moscow by Blaine, Idaho, if he wasn't in the area? Well, that's it, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your time, and if you could hit the like, share, and subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. And until next time, be safe out there. And until next time, be safe out there.